An end of the day for him, but it wasn't.
Well, now it is the lovely big grey with Wiggy, Louise Skelton, Louise Harwood as she is now, Balladeer Millerman, 39.6. Wiggy as we know her, Louise Skelton as she was, Louise Harwood as she is now, Balladeer Millerman, young horse she brought over from Ireland.
1.3 her dressage score. If she goes clear inside the time, she could slot in front of her fellow Frenchman Mathieu Van Langhem. He's on a 31.6 now. Louise Harwood, the beautiful grey Balladeer Millerman, owned by Mrs. Alison Haynes.
Ali is such a long-time supporter of Louise's as well. She's about 3 stone wet through. She's so tiny, and she always rides these enormous horses, but does such a brilliant job. Picks up the rein, always rides a little bit by the seat of her pants. Good bit of riding. She knew she was wrong when she landed after the first water. She jumped the second of the rails going in with the hedge on. Then discretion, better part of valour, and decides to play it safe and not risk those 20 penalties coming out. You see the enormity of those fences. There's ditches underneath as well. They're very open corners. They're not very wide and take some really accurate riding. Balladeer, Millerman and Louise Harwood, they look to be going very well still across the country. She's making the turn back to these 2 brush shoulders. Jumps the first of them 2 strides in between the elements. The turner 8 spinning at fence 15A and B. Now onto the Harrington's dog kennel before the hollow. Well, this big grey, big grey, owned by Ali Haynes. Very much in the early stages of his career. Placed in 3-star. Now comes to the hollow. Sets up for the rail in.
Ooh, gets a little bit close. Has a little trot, does clever footwork, Louise, on the back of the saddle as she comes out over the rail. But
to know each other very well, very quickly as well, forming a good partnership. Balladeer Millerman, Louise Harwood. Well, I walked this with her yesterday, and she was definitely going on the 4.
That's all there is, Spencer. There is not a 3 there.
There is a 3.
No.
Cathal went to go on the 3.
He didn't survive.
There will be survivors later.
Usually you'd have ridden that on 5.
I would have gone on 7. And then the ears would have gone out to the side and I'd have put my hand up and retired.
Or the overreach boot would have flipped up.
And then it wouldn't have been right.
Come on, Louise, keep the energy going. That can happen a little bit on that fence. If you put a kink in and you got the hill coming up, you can just lose a little bit of oomph.